how you ended up learning all this stuff, right? Like, I mean, I know you mentioned that you investigated the social studies standards in Florida. How did you even get involved in that? Like, what's the timeline like of you kind of getting involved or interested in what I would call activist um, education policy, right? Which is like, people need to know this, and like people need to know what's being taught and that lies are out there and being taught. And yeah, how did all that start?
With the advent of Facebook, I think I started from writing long posts that my kids won't read because they're too long about politics and race and education and things that interested me. I was encouraged by a good friend, Adrian Williams, if you're listening, that to write a blog, and then I started needing topics and just kind of whatever came to mind. And I kept finding myself returned to history, and then along with my political interest, I began to find out what was being mistaught about history or not taught about history, and that became more of an interest for me to get into and start exploring those areas. And then as my interest in politics also showed uh, that politicians were teaching and talking about something that wasn't true for their own advantage. And being in Florida, where we got Ron DeSantis and uh, Donald Trump now, at least for the time being, and other people that have made it a point to tell a wrong history. I've made it my point to try to straighten the record.
Yeah, but the origin is your own personal curiosity, right?
Yeah,
Hmm.
and I find myself going down rabbit holes that in the researching one thing, I find out another thing and end up writing about that. But it took a while, but I started to get perspective that I didn't have when I was only accumulating facts or one story after another.